I can recall her being a perfect housewife. So she'll be the one doing all the cooking on daily basis. She'll be the one taking care of all the laundry. She'll be one taking care of, cleaning, doing up the house and everything, all the mess that we make at the house. Once we got back home after the school, it will be all clean and everything perfect. We have our food on the tables and things. So she was just a wonderful, perfect housewife actually. She liked very much baking also. So once she's done with her normal cooking in the morning, then evenings would be something different. So that part of the day when we have something in the evenings, I recall that as a very wonderful family time actually. It was in 2001 and she had very high fever for a few days. For 2-3 days she suffered very high fever and some other symptoms were there. And then she stayed in the hospital for 2-3 days. Doctor examined and they did all checkup that they possibly could. But doctor finally concluded that no, it might be a panic attack thing because all these symptoms are like that only, but nothing wrong with her heart.
When you suffer with panic or anxiety, you can become very needy. Very fragile, interpret the world as a dangerous place. You're constantly internalizing your thoughts and looking inward and checking, am I okay?
She became a different personality altogether. And then she's visibly seen as giving up.
It's quite scary for the person. Also, people around you may not know that you're suffering with a panic attack.
While casually spending some time reading newspaper, I got to know about one of the success stories of some person here in Dubai who saw Russell, and Russell helped him with the weight loss treatment. And all of a sudden you come across something, panic attacks, hypnotherapy does work for it. There are some success stories, people suffer and get treated. No one actually was very optimistic that it would really work. To be very honest, it was just that I wanted to try, and she could not really get any negative comment or negative feedback from anyone. She probably had no other options also because she could clearly see that she's not getting to any cure. Russell also experienced panic attacks himself.
About 20 years ago, I was in a completely different place. I had depression and I was having panic attacks daily. Took 2 years off work really to finally find out what was going on, and through that journey of discovery and repair, I learned a lot about the subject, and so I'm using the things I learned in my recovery to help other people.
If the person himself has suffered something, very easily you can get the confidence of your client also. It took him to counsel her for 2 hours, and then we had this half-an-hour long session. So that really makes you feel that this person cares also. I mean, obviously he's giving you a service, but this is a person who cares also. After that session, the relaxation that she had and all these things, it really created some impression on her. I could start seeing some difference. I mean, it's very difficult to tell to someone and how it can be so quick, but there was a difference. But we went out for a walk in the evening, and she did some walk, and she was very comfortable that I think I did a good exercise today, and especially after these 2 days which were very hectic traveling, it's a good bit of exercise, so let's go back home. The moment we got into the car, within a minute or so, she was just like that, she was getting dazed up. And first thing was like, always just be at home when you drop me, like don't go anywhere as of now. And I could feel that, okay, now something is happening. So I just encouraged her that you're just fine, you know you're fine, right? We have been through a lot of counseling and everything, and you know very well that you're fine. If you're experiencing something, just fight and do whatever you have been taught to do, right? And she was like, yes, I'm doing it. And she was confident. On average, it would require her 3 to 4 days time to come out of a panic attack feeling. And she just recovered herself in a half-hour session. So that took her confidence to a peak, and then she was looking forward to the second session, that this thing has really done something on me. And then when we got back to the Russell for the second appointment, it was all different thing. The last 2 years, I would say that I started seeing my mother as someone who's just spending her life, passing her life. I see her living her life now.
I said goodbye to a very happy individual who was now in control and was able to live a happier life. It was really nice because I know that she wanted to get back into some of her interests, and one of those interests was cooking, and she told me she hadn't cooked in 10 years. And on the last day she prepared a wonderful meal for me and brought it to my clinic. Ovais went back to Pakistan with her to make sure that the treatment was successful, and he came back and we met up, and the feedback was wonderful. She's back in control and living a life that she is entitled and should be living.
I think I can see that thing happening, and I really wish that this thing gets better and better now.